Here, holy buckets. There must be a spring here and another spring here. I can either run up this ridge and connect to one of my food plots or keep going down this bottom. All right, this is first crossing right here. This natural rock bridge going across. You can see the top right there. It's almost kind of scary, you know, when you're coming up, you see a clearing, you think, you know, if the GPS is wrong, am I going to come up on my neighbor's farm or something like that? Yeah, it's been a long trek uphill. This machine can barely go up the hill, let alone push rocks and stuff, but we're almost there. That's where I came from. That's all our property. That new road goes down there. Look at how pretty that is. And then went back uphill here. Right in the top of the ridge right here. Cut through my food plot. All right, so we're going to continue this trail from a couple days ago. And when I say connect up to a property or to the food plot, I'm going to end up, this is about where we're starting right here. So if you look here, you see the elevation. I could go up this ridge right up here and connect to the food plot that way, but I'm going to decide I want to continue all the way to our left, all the way to the property line, and then come up to that food plot up the next ridge up right here and back over. So that's where today's adventure is going to start. But you can see what a mess this is. I'm going to have to cross this creek again, get into that little more flat spot for a ways. But I'll just take my time and keep picking away at it. See, at least this creek has like 2-3 different feeders that all come together right here. So I got to punch through all of this. Sharon's gonna be exploring today. It's New Year's Day. It's her day off. She's gonna take this new trail behind me. Come check it out. All right, let's get back in. All right, it's really cool. I'm working my way all down this bottom, and I can actually see a light at the top of the next ridge. But it's really pretty down in here. So that ridge is right there. I could see daylight. So I don't know if that's our neighboring farm there, if somebody's haying up there or what, but it's definitely not cleared. Probably even onto our property line. I got to go up there and check if I feel like hiking, but it's pretty cool down in here. Of course, I got to deal with a lot of tangles and briars and kind of claustrophobic stuff, but I'm getting close to the end now with this. This is going to be a really cool trail. I'm trying to skim all the stobs and brush out of here. I'm going to be able to connect this whole road here today. That'd be really cool. Looks like a rock pile right there that does not look nature made, but you never know. But it's right next to the new path here. Let me show you what it looks like behind me. We're gonna hike up that ridge and see what that clearing was, but then I realized it's late muzzleloader season right now, and we didn't have any orange, so we opted. I'll have to do that in the future at some point. So I'm going this way, and then I'm going to turn up, and I want to connect to that road right there and make sure it's closed off, you know, for the neighboring property. Looks like it still goes. So that's my path right now. All right, I started turning towards the north just a little. That bottom continues here to the property line, but I see what looks like a really cool little deeper creek bed here. Which I'm gonna have to come across here at some point. So I'm gonna keep going through this flat and get close to the line, and then I'm gonna cut up. There's an existing road, it looks like, that goes all the way up there. So I guess it's not as big as it looked. Just can't believe there's no water running down here. There's a rock ledge right there. Very cool. All right, this should be easy going in here. Just weave through the trees and clear a little bit of brush. All right, well, I'll hop back in and keep going. All right, now I gotta pick my poison here. You see this creek kind of widens out here. This is all like a rock shelf right here. This probably looks really pretty when it's running. I mean, look at that. So I have to cross this stuff and start trekking uphill. This reminds me of our last Kentucky farm. Look at that, there's actually water down there. Let's go check it out. This is strange. Go around here. Wow, this is cool. Of course, I'm wearing camouflage, so I ain't got orange on either, but see another one comes together right in here. Okay, this is interesting. There must be a spring down here. Holy buckets. Where'd you come from? You ain't gonna attack me, are you? Go on, get. Go on, get. So yeah, there must be a spring here and another spring here. Wow. Yeah, that great big huge one is bone dry, and this one just starts running from somewhere up here in the ground. Well, that is cool. I ain't gonna keep following it. Who knows how far it'll go. But that's pretty. Kind of meanders uphill. That's beautiful. That dog's still hanging around. Probably the neighbor's dog. We are close to the line now. About 100 yards maybe. Alright, I gotta find my crossing spot. I mean, this would be a great crossing spot right here. Matter of fact, it looks like it might have been a trail at one point, and that's exactly where that dog's going. I don't see any recent tracks or nothing like that. That's good. Alright, I'm at the bridge, the rock crossing. It's gonna be a hard right, so I gotta make enough room to make a turn here. Going on up there at the neighboring front farm. So I made it all the way to the line. There was an old trail there, but it doesn't look like it's been being used. That's good news. Where am I going to put these things? Yeah, I'm glad to see the sun's out. Even though it ain't super warm or nothing, I'll take it. Right there. Alright, this creek crossing is going to be pretty cool because it's not like your normal creek crossing where you got a lot of stone, you know, that keeps running downhill. It's a hard rock shelf where I'm going to make this crossing, so when you cruise it with a side by side, you're going to go over that hard pan, you know, that hard shelf underneath you, and then we're going to go straight up the other side, up to the top. Alright, this is the first crossing right here. This natural rock bridge going across. So if you watch how long it takes me to crawl across this with the excavator, you'll get an idea of how wide this creek is. It's a lot wider than it looked so far. And then she's going up steep. Cut this backside a little, but I don't know, it might be just sheer rock. Oh, there's some dirt in there. That's a good deal. Perfect. So I'll cut this ramp in here and just go straight uphill. That's where I want to get to, that road right there. Right there. Along this line here. You could see an old tree line difference. Wonder if that's what maybe used to be the property line before surveys came out with the GPS. Alright, I'll finish this ramp and then check back in. Yeah, now we're a little claustrophobic again, but I'm angling up this ridge side here. Technically mountainside. Slow going though right now. I'm putting my blade down uphill, and you can see there's like really no room, so it's just kind of slow and tedious, but I'm just jamming out, making the best of it. That crossing is really cool, ain't no doubt. It's sweet. Curious how long this loop is going to be once I get it cut. Probably at least a mile, maybe a mile and a half loop. And that's just on like one quadrant section of the property. Alright, watch how this shows your elevation over here on the left. It's at 944. And we're going to be going all the way downhill down this ridge. Going to go down all the way to the bottom to this creek bottom. So far we're at 534 yards. We're down to 820 on the elevation, and then we snaked our way down around over here, followed the bottom, crossed it a few times, and then went back uphill here, tied into the top of the ridge right here, cut through my food plot, back here, and back to the house. .2 mile loop. And let me see if I can highlight the property or not. Okay, save that. I'm going to show you for the size of our property. That's just like one little quadrant. Yeah, there you go. So there's, you see, that's our property lined up. This is the south half of it. So that's one loop, and then I can do another loop down this ridge, probably connect that up to this side. And I can probably come up this ridge if I want all the way on the bottom and across. So there's a lot of cool terrain, but you can imagine how many miles that eventually I'll get cut here on the property. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's carry on. All right, let's keep going. All right, you can see the top right there. It's almost kind of scary, you know, when you're coming up, you see a clearing. You think, you know, if the GPS is wrong, am I going to come up on my neighbor's farm or something like that? But it's been a long trail getting up this rocky hill, but I'm almost there. I'll check back in when we get to crest and we can see. That view's probably going to be beautiful, but yeah, it's been a long trek uphill. I mean, this machine can barely go up the hill, let alone push rocks and stuff, but we're almost there. All right, look at this rock. Does that look like anything to you? I'm thinking like Stegosaurus. So if this was the spine right here, there is the outline of the lizard spikes. Whoa, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Feels like sandstone though. All right, we're almost there. Almost to the top. This looks like a road right here I'm about to hit, which can be good, but can also be bad. Well, we're on it. So now I just take a hard right, and this should, I wanted to see, you know, where this goes on to the neighboring property, so I'm going to hike that real quick just to make sure it ain't a through road, which it does not look like it, which is good. And then we're going to take this ridge back to that one of them brand new openings. Oh, so good to be on flat ground. Looks like you see that big clearing. Looks like it was probably logged pretty hard. I think that's still a part of our property, but it could be the line. I'll pull it up here in a sec. Alright. That's where I came from. That's all our property. That new road goes down there. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, I made it. I made it. Now this is where the trail ended. I could see the last clearing. I actually drove this, and this is where I got stuck last time when it ended. So now we make it just a huge, probably 1.5 mile loop. Oh, but it's gonna be cool. But I'm gonna just clean up this little brush here, and then we'll punch back out on one of the brand new openings. Yeah, that's an accomplishment. A whole new road, and I got good info on the neighbors. You know, there was no encroaching. You know, no old roads that used to go, or that still people are using, at least in this section. I got one more quadrant to check out. Well, actually several, but so I got to see our property line in a few spots. Very cool. All right, let's finish up here. Make the last push here. Almost there. I got the tracker on. That actually looks like an old trail there also, but the ridge goes this way. You can clean off my bush pile here. There she is. Added more value to the property, value and usefulness. The whole new loop road in. I like it. Alright, I'm going to clean this mess up and I'll show you that pond on the way out. It's up here on the left. Alright. Shame the plot didn't do a whole lot this year, but it will next year. And all the way back on I mean, this end of the plot actually did okay. Green, and it's eating down in here. Alright, a successful day for New Year's Day. So this will wind up on that ridge some more. One more clearing and then we'll hit the hay fields.